Could all of our student fellows please stand? Thank you for the great work. Our student fellows come from 35 universities, journalism schools, HBCUs, schools of public health, community colleges, and liberal arts colleges. Our 2018 student fellows have traveled across the globe to 28 countries, from the Arctic Circle to Venezuela, and from Worcester, Mass. To India. You have reported on issues that matter. You're asking questions. You have shown us why we should care. You have made personal connections with people who have opened their hearts and minds to you. It matters that their voices, the voices in your stories, be heard, that you expose injustice and the abuse of power, and that you shine light on those who fight against it.
I feel like I have a lot to learn from a lot of the other student fellows, so it's been really cool to hear their stories, to learn about their projects.
We're all starting out and we're all stumbling, but we're all doing good work at the same time, and we're all human.
Being a part of this Washington weekend, I've gained access to editors and to other reporters. They've talked about issues from how to deal with our own mental health. And also how to report in hostile areas, and also had a panel with editors that showed us what they expect out of a pitch, so what to do and what not to do.
We can all come together to share our experiences, which are from all over the world, and they all resonate, and just come here, present, and feel connected to whatever people are saying.
I think we all got involved in this project because we're interested in stories of marginalized and oppressed groups, and Pulitzer Center offered the perfect opportunity.
There's a belief that if you have autism, you are not able to do anything. And as someone who has autism and is here today, it's extremely frustrating to hear that anywhere in the world.
So I looked at education infrastructure in rural South Africa. In meeting with a lot of different activist organizations, they brought up these two really tragic stories of 5-year-old students who died by falling into pit latrines at their schools, and I wanted to understand how we got to this point.
I reported on Hurricane Maria as it affects people with disabilities. So I wanted to find out how are people getting around after Hurricane Maria, and also how much support are they getting?
Humans are the vehicles through which we can see foreign conflict and connect to things. So hearing about other students tell stories about individuals they met and how they inspired them also in turn inspires me to keep reporting.
A lot of the global issues that the students and the presenters talked about, even if they're from very different parts of the world, have very common themes. It really speaks to how much we have in common with the most distant places in the world.
Just kind of learning those basic things of getting into the field, learning how to build a relationship, finding a fixer, moving around, learning about the context and history, and not simplifying the narrative. I think that's the key thing.
The networking has been amazing. Having the chance to talk to journalists who are actually working in the field right now, and they can tell you a lot about how it is in the industry and give you advice as to how you can make a career in this and actually go inside this industry and try to be successful. I think it's a very valuable experience.
I have had people from NPR, WNYC, the local version of NPR, contact me on the heels of the grant announcement. I am now gainfully employed by a local news outlet in Brooklyn, and I don't think it would have been possible without the graciousness and generosity of Pulitzer.
I think there's a strong probability that I wouldn't be a journalist if I was not exposed to the Pulitzer Center so early in my career. I got really lucky that the Student Fellows program was new at BU. I think I was the first year or second year. I mean, to have an institution willing to take a risk on you, I know that it changed everything for me, and looking at the room of fellows, I think that it probably changed everything for a few of them too.
So thank you all for being here. Good night.